Welcome to the ultimate showdown.
Oh, I don't like that.
Winner takes all.
Oh, no.
The fight of the century.
Well, I don't know about that.
Why not?
It's not really that fair of a fight.
True. Showdown. Battle of the films. Original
Yes.
versus remake.
Yes.
Which is better? Which is more clever, funnier, scarier, hootener and hollering?
Should we say which one's funnier since it's horror movies?
I was thinking of as many adjectives as I could.
Oh. Okay.
Different categories, different subjects, themes, aspects of filmmaking. Which one takes the motherfucking cake?
Mostly we're doing this because there's no new horror movies out because of Ms. Rona.
Miss Rona. Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. And
Bored in the house.
yes.
In the house bored.
And these are videos that you can watch anytime.
Timeless.
Yeah.
A timeless piece of cinematic art is what we're making here today.
We're going to try to be subjective about it. We're not going to let personal feelings.
We're going to be trying to be objective.
Objective, yes.
We're going to try to not be subjective.
Yes. I just look like an idiot.
It's okay. It's a very common mix-up.
We're going to not be biased.
Yeah.
Bring personal feelings. If that's possible.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But what
fire
happens when
signs.
your personal feelings are the truth?
True.
Got 'em.
Which, in this one,
is the case.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it says in the title of this video.
It's obvious.
Halloween.
You can't even see. I'm wearing my Halloween shirt.
Halloween. I'm just kind of went for the 70s look. Tried to.
You're wearing orange.
I'm wearing orange. I tried to feather my hair out, get the volume. Not 19. Is it 77 or 78?
78.
78 versus 2007.
Yes.
He almost went for the 40 year.
He did.
He did 39. 39 years later.
So we're doing the first two John Carpenter Halloween movies and the Rob Zombie remakes. But since there's 4 movies altogether, we're splitting it into 2 parts. So this one will be the original Halloween and the original's remake. And then we'll do a separate one for sequels. I should also mention that Halloween is like not even my most favorite horror movie, but like one of my top 5 favorite movies ever.
Of all genres. All
Yes.
time.
So I guess I'm a little objective towards the John Carpenter, but I also have watched the Rob Zombie ones
Many a time.
like a lot of times. So, you know, I'm a fan of both.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not like I'm gonna spit on Rob Zombie. Like we have a Michael Myers animatronic in our living room.
Yes.
I love the bitch.
Disclaimer, because I don't know what is going to be said in this video. In this household, we do love and respect Rob Zombie.
Oh yes.
But part of
Very
love and
much.
respect is recognizing that they can make mistakes.
Not to say that his remakes were mistakes. We don't hate Rob Zombie.
Not,
Quite the
but
opposite.
not opposite. We went feral in the Rob Zombie Scare Zone at
Yes.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
I did my little hillbilly like hoedown dance.
Yes, we loved it.
Yeah.
I've been a Rob Zombie fan since Twisted Metal.
Yeah, as long as
When he
I
was
can
in the
remember.
game. Which is like, she's eating the cord. Rob Zombie.
Came out the pussy loving Rob Zombie.
Yes. So we're going to go with which one was scarier to start off.
Uh-huh.
I have
What are your thoughts?
2 feelings on this.
2 feelings.
Get away from them codes,
Little miss.
I have 2 feelings on this. Which one was more psychologically scary?
Mm-hmm.
The original. Which one was more like physically scary, I would say? I'm saying
What do you mean by
physical,
that? Like jump scares?
like jump scares.
Like you feeling like, whew.
Yes. Which one gives me more like obvious anxiety because of jump scares, musical cues, things, just pure rage in general would be the Rob Zombie one. But I would say overall, I think the original is more scary.
I agree with that.
For many reasons.
I feel like the original is more suspenseful.
Yes. And I would say the original is more scary because it's more random.
It's more random and it's more ambiguous.
Yes.
You don't know why.
I mean, of course, the movie starts off with him killing his sister, but there's so much like stagnant energy, sort of.
Yes.
From that point to actual Halloween night of when you're building anxiety with Laurie, that it kind of makes you forget that there's like danger.
Yeah.
And then Rob Zombies is more just like him screaming at you, people are gonna fucking die. It was a way more jump scares.
For
like,
sure.
I don't think, would you say there's any jump scares in the original? Like maybe one.
Yeah.
At the end when they're doing the is he alive, is he not alive?
Oh, when he gets Annie in the car, I think there was a jump scare there.
Yes, that would be like a jump scare, but even then, that's not really like it. The jump scares aren't as aggressive. Rob Zombie
for sure.
really went for aggressive jump scares, which is part of which is one of the reasons I don't really care for his as much, is because Michael's very vocal in it. Like he grunts a lot, like as like adult Michael, like the shape Michael.
Right.
He's very like grunting, like rage noises, and in the original he don't make no sound, which is
strong,
weird.
sound.
Yeah.
Tall. Oh, which shape was taller? You got to give it to Rob Zombie.
Which one has the sexier Michael Myers? It is Rob Zombie's 6'7" Michael Myers. Who thought to make him 6'7"? Even if he's killing me. Are you flirting with me?
Stop.
I think we both would agree the first one is scarier overall in tone.
Remake is more like horrific.
Yes. Which one was more violent? Rob Zombie. It literally starts off like 5 minutes in, he's killing his pet rat. Not even 5 minutes in.
Yeah, like
2 minutes.
The opening
Yeah.
scene.
I wouldn't say any of it's like gratuitous.
I mean, you're watching a Michael Myers movie.
Right, like you're watching a horror movie. I mean, there are, like I would say Evil Dead is probably gratuitous violence because they have like the record of most gallons of fake blood, and it's like fire hose spraying was what I would call gratuitous.
You're right.
It is significantly more violent visually, I guess, because you see a lot more of the actual murders. There's a whole lot more blood, and everyone's just much more angry. Yeah. In Rob Zombie's, and I don't really. You were saying that.
Yeah, I was saying it's kind of one of his like just characteristics when he makes movies. Like all his movies, everyone's always an asshole.
Kind of, and like even the people you're supposed to be cheering for. Yeah. Like Laurie was in the Rob Zombie ones, much more aggressive towards everyone in general. I mean, not everyone's like spitting at each other and like saying "fuck you" all the time, but it's just with like with Tommy, her general demeanor towards Tommy is like he's a pest and he's annoying, even though she likes him. And then Jamie Lee Curtis is much more soft. Yeah. And she genuinely enjoys being around Tommy. Yeah. So I would even count that towards his movie being more violent. Mm-hmm. Just because, like, Michael's family, like, I mean, they basically, like, spit on him.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd wake up and be like...
Oh, and also, like, in the murder scenes, like, the camera would shake as it's happening.
I did kind of actually like that.
Yeah.
A little bit. He goes a little overboard
Yeah.
with it. But I get what he's trying to do, so I can appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. Go either way on it.
We were also saying she was reading a letterboxed review, and I forgot that I believe it's in the director's cut for it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't really remember.
We did not watch the director's
We
cut.
didn't watch the director's cut. For the second one, I know that the director's cut is better to watch in general. But the first one, we didn't watch the director's cut, and I've seen it a couple times. And there's a rape scene just kind of
thrown in there.
randomly thrown in.
Spice it up a little.
So even that's another kind of, I don't want to say a Rob Zombie trope, but he kind of does use rape a lot, which I get. It's a horror movie, but also like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, do we have to see this?
Just squish Malcolm McDowell's eyeballs in.
Yeah.
I don't need a random mental patient getting raped by 2 guards. Overall, like, the violence meter is kind of here for Rob Zombie and here for that.
But that's also probably a product of the times.
True. Let's see, we have this. I don't know if you can see it. 4 dead, only 1 survivor. This is from the original movie. We should have done a kill count for Rob Zombies because a hell of a lot more than 4 people died. And the opening scene. In the original movie, he only kills his sister.
Yeah.
In this one, he kills 3 people.
Yeah.
He kills someone before he even kills his family. He kills
his bully.
Junie from Spy Kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
Times changed him.
Oh, yes. It's much more violent.
Yeah, for sure.
But not overboard. Rape scene, overboard. Rest of it, I'll let it go.
The original.
Okay, yes. I would say the original. My only argument here is that the second movie had a more dynamic cast because you have so many people that you already know in the movie. Like Sid Haig, Malcolm McDowell, Danielle Harris is in it. She's from the original movies.
Okay.
What's his name? The guy that plays Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
The original movie is kind of everyone's introduction.
Yeah.
Like that's how Jamie Lee Curtis basically got into horror.
Yeah. See, from that point, but I just feel like I preferred the playing of the roles and the characters themselves in the original.
I would agree.
And I mean, when you have Jamie Lee Curtis,
you can't.
It's hard to beat.
If I look at it by each character, I would prefer the original. Like, I really like Scout Taylor. Compton Thomas. Jesus, see, I'm not good with names. I like her, but Jamie Lee Curtis is way better.
Yeah.
Even Dr. Loomis.
Uh-huh.
I prefer the original.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly because it's 2 sides of the spectrum. You can't even see my fingers. 2 sides of the spectrum. Like, one's over here and one's over here. Like, they're not even similar to each other. I guess that was probably a metaphor of Michael's not the only monster here.
Mm-hmm.
I like that cast better, but neither one of them are filled with good actors. Okay. But to be fair, a lot of horror is not really filled with good actors. So there's that. Maybe I prefer not hot take, but first take. I prefer Rob Zombies because I know so many of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I really think about it, I like the original cast better. But also Sherry Moon Zombie's in it. And so you don't really see Michael's mom in the first one. So maybe that's what I have more connections to the second one, I guess. I don't know, but I prefer the original. Even though it's a little bit confusing for me just to see Danielle Harris be Jamie in 2 original Halloween movies and then Annie Brackett in this movie.
Uh-huh.
She's in Halloween, but she's 2 different characters.
It's a little disorienting.
But not a deal breaker.
Well, I don't know how I feel about the very segmented way that Rob Zombies is, where it's like 2 totally different movies. There's like the beginning and then the second part.
Sure. We can say that, like, which one is, like, we could say visually.
Well, I don't mean like in visual. I mean like in storytelling.
Oh, I see.
I don't really like, I mean, it's fine, but I just don't prefer the way that he tried to delve into the past. I prefer the original where it's very mysterious and ambiguous.
Yes.
Where Rob Zombie, like we were saying to each other, like he grabbed onto their related thing. And he was like, they're related? I love that.
Yeah.
And like went and did something, which I'm like conflicted because it's like two different parts where it's like Rob Zombie's original ideas and then like the carbon copy of the first one.
Yes.
So I want to see one or the other.
Right.
And some people that I read on Letterboxd said that like it didn't serve him well to do the copy in the second half. Like that, those choices were to his detriment, and it would have been better if he like went more with his own original thing the whole way through.
Yes.
And I would agree with that. So like I don't mind going into his past or like figuring out, you know, what caused it and what prompted everything, but either for like a different movie with like Rob Zombie's own original, like different character,
right?
Or like if the whole movie was that way.
So like, should I explain for people who maybe don't know? Is the original Halloween movie was supposed to be just the original Halloween movie. He wanted to continue. John Carpenter wanted to continue making Halloween movies, but he wanted it to be more, I'd say, like
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. Or American Horror Story, where it's different every season. It would be a different
anthology. Is that what that's called?
Well, anthology is like one movie and it's different stories that connect together. This would just be like, I don't even know if he was going to use the same cast or not, because I don't know if he ever got into it that deep. But the original movie made so much money that the movie studio was like, no, you're making another Michael Myers movie.
Yeah.
So the second one's kind of just him like, okay, here you go. I don't know what to do. And why would Michael Myers be so obsessed with Laurie? Because in the original movie, there's nothing that they're related.
No connection.
If you watch it, it's just simply he was driving down the street. The 3 girls said something to him. He's decided, I'm going to kill them.
And Laurie came to his house. Because she went to the Myers house to drop off the key.
Yes, to drop off the key. It's totally random. So he had to sort of come with an idea why they
retcon kind of thing.
Why he would be so obsessed with her. So he decided, well, he's her older brother. And so it's kind of like the 2 originals, movie and sequel, are a little disjointed in that sense.
Yeah.
But, you know, it kind of stuck with a lot of people. So Rob Zombie really...
he was one of them.
I personally like them being related. I guess because of like a lore type of thing. I've never hated the idea of it. I was a little bit bummed out like with the new movie that they retcon that also they're no longer brother and sister.
Yeah.
But Rob Zombie like really went with it to the point where it feels like 2 different universes because I mean in the original movie you have no reason to expect or believe that Michael's life was nothing but perfect. His family was all nice. They were like all American normal family.
Yeah, well, I mean you don't really have any reason to expect anything.
Right. But like, you know, from the looks of it, they're all well put together. You know, they have a nice house. And so it was a little scarier to see a 10-year-old kid, I think, kill his sister just randomly. And in Rob Zombies, it's like, how did it take him this long to kill his family?
Yeah, I wonder what this kid's gonna do.
And even in their appearance, they're much more different. Their house is falling apart. They're like white trash, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a little too... It's like a completely different movie and like the same movie at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're both big Rob Zombie fans. We enjoy his music. We enjoy his movies. You're a musician.
Oh, yeah. I know what she's going to say.
I understand because the Halloween theme is so iconic.
Yeah.
People who have never seen the movie probably know what it is.
For sure.
So I understand wanting to slip it in there. Maybe have it in the credits, opening credits. It's the same song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of wanted him to throw like a little bit of a
little Rob Zombie
stank onto the theme.
That's fair.
And not only the theme, I can forgive the theme because it's so iconic and it's a remake, and everything else about the soundtrack is the same. And maybe if I looked at a video, maybe someone's put it together of side by side what they sound like. Maybe they are different.
Yeah.
They're too similar. So it almost seems like the meme, can I borrow your homework?
Yeah. Yeah,
sure,
just change
just
it up
don't make
a little.
it obvious.
Yeah.
It almost seems like that. I mean, music cues, random background soundtrack is the same. I just would have preferred more of originality.
Yeah.
Because, like, House of a Thousand Corpses, I really like that movie. It's one of my favorite movies, horror movies. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre repackaged. Yeah. I can forgive it because
he threw a lot of extra stank on it.
Yeah, he threw so much other original factors on top of it, like Captain Spaulding and stuff like that. And the music's completely different. I don't even think there's any chainsaws in it at all.
I don't think so.
But I mean, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remix.
Yeah.
Because I like his movies and his music, I would have preferred to see the Rob Zombie take
more Rob Zombie.
Yes. Rather than, I mean, I can appreciate that he loves Halloween so much that he didn't really want to change anything, but I also would have preferred him to have been more, like, original with it, because the original aspects of it, I really did like. That was one of my, like, miscellaneous gripes with it, is the music. And like, Blue Oyster Cult. We were making jokes about this.
That's him hitting us over the head with it. Yeah, this is Rob Zombie with symbolism.
I guess it's an inside joke for us.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear "Don't Fear the Reaper" with or "We're Together" or "I Am Away from Her," I will record it.
Yeah,
and send her the clip and say, "This isn't Halloween."
Yep.
This is what I, like, connect the song to. Uh-huh. So does Rob Zombie. Is it in the movie? Yes. But it's done in such a subtle way. It's at such a time in the movie when there's, like, a lull in the
sense of danger.
Right. When Michael's stalking his prey in the beginning in the car and stuff, you know, it's just like impending doom and they don't even know.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie plays it literally at least twice that I remember.
I think 3 times.
Maybe 3 times. We couldn't really hear
Maybe
the third
twice.
time.
Yeah.
But for sure twice.
Yeah.
Directly before someone's killed. Not Lori. Linda? No. Judith. Yes. Judith was killed with the song playing.
Hey, we get it.
It's like, I think the only song, like, he even in the credits, it's a new version of it, which I can forgive him, is the Mr. Sandman song. You connect that. I connect it as a Halloween song as well. I think the only original song that he had in there was Love Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also, he uses it in the sequel.
Oh. And that was in, like, the totally original
section of the movie, yes.
Yeah, the first half.
But, like,
or first part.
The music in any aspect, he was like, y'all are going to see me today. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in there. Oh, I have another miscellaneous. It's not really a complaint. It's just more I'm confused. Robert Zombert. I was looking up the Wikia pages.
Hell yeah.
That's probably not the best place to get information, but it says that this is if you watch Rob Zombie's movie, you would think the beginning part is in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
The clothes, the music,
The hair,
the
everyone's
hair,
hair.
everything, even
Glasses.
Debbie's car. All of it's in the 70s. I would just assume it was in the 70s. I looked on the Wikia page last night. It happens in 1990.
Yeah.
What? I am a 90s baby. I was born in 1991. I can tell you for damn sure no one was dressing like that. I understand also we were mentioning it like his aesthetic.
The man loves the 70s.
He really does. Like,
Which I also love the 70s.
Yeah, I have no gripes with that.
He is like every movie, the 70s. What if they were in the 70s?
Yes. But why would you make it aesthetically the 70s?
But canonically set in 1990.
Because then you get to Laurie as a 17-year-old and it looks like early 2000s, which I believe it was.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense.
Or mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s, sure. And there's also some little things that look maybe a little retro.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
But also it is in a small town, which sometimes small towns will take a little bit to catch up.
But like my thing was like in the early 90s, it wasn't like, you know, super 90s aesthetic. It was still kind of the 80s,
Late 80s.
But like the 70s threw me off a little bit. That's probably something that you wouldn't even notice or know because they don't put any dates on anything except for October 31st. Mm-hmm. But I just thought that was weird. I like looked it up and I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
That's not really a point against it. I just don't.
It's just weird.
Okay.
My gripe is also like a little bit of confusion where Robert Zombert is like making a point that like, I guess that like he's very amoral, inhuman, like no relationship matters. Because like he kills Danny Trejo.
Yes.
Even though he said, I was good to you, Mikey.
Well, I wondered if that's to prove how much of a monster Michael is.
Right. So he is like going to prove that point and then like, you know, he's coming after Laurie at the end.
Yeah.
And does those things. But
then
it's
I know
like
what you're going to say.
Confusing to me how he like doesn't do anything to her as a baby, which I could still understand, like, well, she's a baby, you know.
They'll explain it a little bit. We haven't watched the second movie. She's never seen the second movie, so I should explain that.
Yeah, so that is a fair review with being...
Yes.
The movie should stand on its own.
We watched both of them last night, the original and the remake last night, and then we're going to be watching the sequels, so it's all fresh.
Yeah.
But they do explain that more. But
okay.
Yeah, it should.
And...
I thought you were going to talk about the picture.
And the picture, yeah.
Okay.
As well. Well, I'm saying, like, he is not violent towards her as a baby, and then he, like, comes to her and is showing him the picture, like, as if he doesn't want to fight.
Right. But then she stabs him. He's like, bitch,
and
it's on.
Oh, game over. Like, she was just supposed to know, like, he's not really giving her a lot of...
To be fair.
Wiggle room.
He's very mentally ill.
True.
Speaking
Look at
of...
this photograph.
Speaking of...
And his mom, too. I mean, maybe he didn't have an opportunity to attack his mom, but it seems like he liked his mom.
I don't think he would have.
Yeah.
Because he killed the kid over saying all that gross stuff about his mom.
Yeah. So, I guess it's just a little unclear...
Where he stands morally.
Where he stands, yeah. Does he care about personal relationships with people that are good to him, or does he not?
That's actually probably going to make you mad in the next one. Because you remember how I said there's like some weird shit?
Yeah.
In the second one?
Like the thing with the horse?
Yeah, that like ties into it. That's another thing about the mentally ill thing. I don't know Robert Zombert personally. I don't know. Maybe he does see a therapist. Who knows? It's completely fine and normal. I would never have guessed that he's ever seen a therapist from this movie.
The way that therapist talks.
Dr. Loomis is like, hey, Michael, so...
Nice to meet you.
Do you remember slaughtering your family on Halloween? And the kid's clearly like...
No.
He doesn't have any he doesn't have any memory of it, which is a whole different scenario, you know?
You don't remember?
You don't remember slicing people's throats?
You don't remember the horrible things you did?
Yeah. So, and also, this ties in with the second one. I've already said about schizophrenia. That's like a pretty popular theory. I think that people have even theorized that the two Michaels have different mental illnesses.
Like the original and
John Carpenter versus Rob
Zombie?
Zombie's. Like John Carpenter's is more vague. There's
vague, yeah.
There's
it's hard
not really
to discern.
no way to know. But I've seen it's a very popular theory that the Rob Zombie one has schizophrenia, and I just don't. I get it, but like it's like someone read part of a Wikipedia page on a schizophrenic, and they're just rolling with it. It's like part of that, and then part no, he's just crazy. He's crazy. Why is he doing this?
Yeah.
That's another thing with the two Loomises, because the first Loomis is like so like he's almost like a Luke Skywalker to me. It's just like he wants to save everything that's good.
Yeah, he's just out there being a vigilante.
Yeah, he's like, I have to stop Michael. He's pure evil. And then this Loomis is like, you're like my best friend.
Yeah, he's
and then
weird.
also like blood money. I'm gonna write a book about you and your family.
Yeah.
I'm like the way he talks to Michael, he abandons him because it's like not going anywhere, which is the obsession part of it's not really there. So from a psychological aspect, the first one's ambiguous enough to where I don't care about any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the second one, or Rob Zombies, is such a mess
Yeah.
that I don't even know. I don't know what you were trying to go for there, dude. Yeah. Because, you know, usually they have that stupid, like, scene where, like, they read off his chart. In like, general, like, horror movies or, like, any movie with a psycho patient. They're like, he suffers from this, this, and this. And
even in Sucker Punch.
Right.
With Baby Doll. Check
Yes. They're giving those bitches lobotomies and shit. Like, where was that?
Yeah.
Why didn't we give Michael... What is his preferred, like, maybe try to give him shock therapy?
Well,
something.
He talked about it. That was a line that he mentioned.
Did he?
Yeah, I think it was like right before he kills the nurse. He's like talking to his mom.
He was talking to
and
the mom.
He was like trying to recommending
shock therapy. Sure. But I would have
it's
preferred
unclear
maybe...
if they went through with it.
Right, because he killed the nurse. That's like a whole different thing. I think also in the director's cut, it's been a while, but I think that the nurse like insults him, and that's why he kills her, which is another thing. Like, that's maybe another thing I don't really care for. Is he kind of makes you like sympathize,
cheer him on,
with Michael a little bit. It's like, Jesus Christ, I don't know how you weren't doing this sooner.
Yeah,
I don't feel bad for Ronnie at all.
Yeah,
this guy's an asshole.
And then that's kind of another thing of Rob Zombie hitting us over the head. It's like, oh yeah, is that why he's a killer? Because this
nurture versus nature.
Nurture and nature.
He literally said that at one point. He's the perfect balance.
Oh yeah. Doesn't he say it was? He was like, it was the perfect storm of internal and external factors.
But that's after Michael's a grown man abandoned in a mental hospital, and Loomis is off making millions. Like, you would never have guessed.
These external factors.
Yeah. I just would have preferred, if you're gonna go the psychological route, to put a little bit more effort into it. Yeah.
Little editing.
Yeah.
Like RuPaul's Drag Race. You need to edit a little bit. Okay, so Rob Zombie, love your look tonight. My one piece of advice to you is that edit.
Actually, you could take that critique and put it towards Rob Zombie's Halloween. Is when you are leaving the house to take one accessory off.
Take off one thing.
Would be my advice. Yeah. I like the movie. I know it sounds like I hate this movie. The original is one of my favorite movies ever, but the Rob Zombie ones are very nostalgic for me. Like, I used to have bad insomnia issues that I think were tied to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah.
I had like a few years where I just did not sleep at night because I was like, I guess subconsciously afraid of Freddy Krueger. Mm-hmm. I still am, which is a whole different... We're going to do a Nightmare on Elm Street video, and I'll say it then, I have deep-rooted psychological issues.
Probably maybe bring out the bat for that one too.
Oh, it's not going to be good when we watch those. You're going to hate it. I had like insomnia issues, and I would sit up at night and watch the 2 Rob Zombie Halloween movies. So I've seen them like a lot of times. I really enjoy them, but like you just can't compare.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare it when you're dealing with such a classic.
It's Halloween. It's Michael Myers. Like, you can't do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the last point, which was better
Overall.
the original.
The original. No contest.
Are there going to be situations where I like the remake more? Yes. I can think of 2 movies right now. I'm not going to ruin it, because then you don't have to watch the video. This is not one of them.
Mm-mm.
The second one, when I watch them again, might be a little bit more of a battle, but this one, you can't argue.
Yeah.
It's John Carpenter.
Mm-hmm. The big kahuna himself.
Yeah. Even after he stopped making the Halloween movies, they went to shit. Did I still watch them? Yes. I love Michael Myers.
Yeah.
He knows what he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. It's like with all the Scream sequels. Did they just continue to not be good? Yes. Did I watch them anyway?
Yes.
Yes. You gotta figure out who it is.
They're remaking or rebooting them. I can't remember which one.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. To be fair, though, this is a whole nother argument, just quickly,
Side
about
note.
Scream. To be fair, they had a lot of, like, little assholes on set ruining things.
Lots of pomp and circumstance surrounding that.
You have to forgive that, especially the third movie.
The third one, yeah.
Because of the nightmare of the second movie.
Yeah.
They filmed, like, 20 different versions of it, so, you expect it to be a mess. It's still good. I watch it every time it's on.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just like this. I watch Halloween anytime it's on TV.
Yeah.
If it's on like in October, Halloween time. That's part of why I love Halloween time so much. It's because I know Halloween is going to be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I once stayed up until 4 o'clock in the morning because Halloween was going to be on IFC. I'm sorry, Robert. I appreciate the effort, but you can't.
It's tough, the rating for each one.
Okay.
Which ties into which one's better.
I can tell you right now. Original, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 goals. From Zombie.
Is yours going to be the same as on your Letterboxd?
What did I give it on the letterbox?
4.
Oh no, I would bring it down. I'm gonna bring it down to a 3.5. I think I gave it a 4 on Letterboxd because of nostalgia reasons, which, if I'm looking at it from nostalgia reasons, 4.
Sure.
But, objectively, was it a good? I'll give it a 3.5. I enjoyed it, but it could have been better.
And I gave it a 3. 3 out of 5.
See? There you go. We never agree.
We agree on the original.
We agree on the original. How can you not agree on the original? Is there someone out there who genuinely does not like the original Halloween?
Probably. I just want to talk.
Do you know what else I wonder if we enjoy Halloween so much because it scares our mother so much?
That could factor into it.
Our mother has a deep-seated psychological fear of Michael Myers.
Michael Myers is like her number one spook-a-boy.
Yes. When we were still living at home, they went away on vacation. I went to Spirit Halloween the day after Halloween. I brought the bad boy animatronic home, set him up in my room. Boy, did that give her a good fright. Did my dad continue to use it to scare her after that?
Yes.
Yes. Did I almost pee my pants laughing going through the Horror Nights house with her? Again? Yes. That was probably a little mean, forcing her to go in there because she's so afraid.
I mean, she's a grown woman.
She did
who
it.
can
She
make
could have
her
said
own
no.
choices. Yeah.
But I do wonder if that kind of contributes a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Something about that mask, that theme song just gets the serotonin pumping. I don't know what that says about
It's good.
me, But hell yeah. We're literally that girl, the little meme of the little spirit animatronic that will
Girl dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I worked at Spirit Halloween
We
last
both
year.
did, yeah. She worked last year. I worked there the year before.
Yes. They would play the theme song. I'd be going through the theme
Boogie
song.
time.
Yeah. Love it. As I was saying at the beginning of the video, it's not a fair fight.
One punch knockout, one hit KO.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But you got to start with a classic, you know.
John Carpenter ripped his spine out.
KO.
KO.
So the second one, we're going to be watching them.
Sometime in the future.
It'll be up sooner than when we said that this one would be after the No Make No Life video.
No
It'll be
promises.
sooner.
Sooner.
Because we have nothing else to do. We're bored. This is a nightmare. I can't wait for the coronavirus horror movies to come out.
Yeah. I am more so looking forward to the horror movies than the like emotional moving dramas about like human relationships
gonna win an Oscar.
and the thing what really matters in life.
What, people drinking bleach?
Yeah.
Not wearing masks and drinking bleach? What are
I
we
went
all
to
doing?
I went to Walmart today on 29th of April and there was a surprising amount of people not wearing masks.
And this was just for pickup. She
Yeah, I
didn't
did
even go
pick
in
up.
the store.
Responsibly did
Yeah.
no contact picked up. I ain't
Y'all
trying to
want,
catch a case.
if y'all want more horror movies to come out, sorry, I had to shoo the dog. She's trying to escape. If you guys want more horror movies, we have to stay in your house or wear a mask.
If you don't want Halloween itself, the holiday, to be canceled,
If that
I'll go out
happens.
there and fight each and every one. Have you heard all the things that this year it's like on a full moon, it's on a Saturday. It's like the stars align to make it a perfect Halloween, and yet you clowns.
We
wanna
didn't
wreck
mean
it.
for this to come and start into a coronavirus lecture.
It happens.
But just irritated. We want to go out and have fun and see spooky movies.
I want to be able to walk around Target just for the thrill of it.
Yes. If you are out there for some reason watching this and you do make horror movies, do not make a coronavirus movie where I have to hear some little kids, scary little kid voices singing happy birthday and watching a woman wash her hands and looking at her bloodshot eyes in a mirror. I don't want to see it. You and your nursery rhymes. I don't want to see it.
Oh,
I don't want to hear any sad orphan children singing happy birthday. And that's all the trailer's going to be, is her washing her hands. Don't do it.
that'd be a pretty good trailer. I mean,
Because now, no.
if it wasn't like the reality, but like just in general as an original idea,
Sure.
I do like the concept. I love a trailer that gives nothing away.
True.
Like nothing. I want to barely know what the movie's about.
Not that it's barely about it, but that just reminded me for some reason. I think because it's like kind of minimalist in visuals. Candyman. I don't get to see Candyman now.
Yeah.
This summer. Yeah. So, if there's any suggestions, if there's any things that we did not put into the video that you want to critique between the two.
Hey, talk about this.
Yeah. Soundtrack in general, we kind of covered
We
that.
touched on it.
But if there's anything that we missed, because this was just, we wrote this last night before we watched the movie, and then we watched the Rob Zombie one, and we started bitching. So, yeah. If there's any other things that we missed that you want us to compare, we'll do it.
I will compare anything you want me to.
Horror movies.
Anything.